on the training session. And again, the idea is to take notes, to reflect on them, to go back and start putting some of the tips and hints that you might find here into practice if you find them good. Now, I'm no expert myself. The thoughts and opinions I give are my own. The training, a lot of it, I've just gathered up over the years from learning. It's like everything we do in life. Every day is a learning day. I'm still learning. I'm learning from you guys, and but I think for the new people, just to give them a little bit of a foundation in the type of industry we're in as well, because some people just sell a product. That's fine. Some people sell an opportunity. That's fine. But not all of us are familiar with the industry, and it's quite an interesting industry that I think it's the fairest industry in the world. It's certainly the best paying industry in the world. It's better than the oil business, better than gold, better than any traditional business. The As a concept, the opportunity for $20, let's call it, is incredible. Traditional businesses would cost tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, to establish before you made a penny in here. $20 is not hard to put people back into pocket. So just getting your mindset around the cost of the opportunity is incredible, but you've got to twist your mind a little bit. You got to plant a seed here that you actually spent 200,000 in your business, and if you use that mentality that you're going after that 200,000, because that's what every business person does. They invest heavily into their business and they spend the next 2 or 3 years just clawing that back. So if $20 is your investment in your business, well, that's not the biggest investment. Your biggest investment will be time, the time you put into your business, and you get very well rewarded for your time. Because some people just put in no time, but they get very rewarded for putting in no time because the product can make you money. But there's others develop an organization of affiliates, and that's not easy to do. And it takes a few years to get build up some skills, some knowledge, some phraseology, some mindset. There's a whole lot of ingredients that come together to help you develop an organization. But and some of the new kids on the blocks are far better than old guys like me. They use technology like TikTok and these marketing sites. I don't use any of that stuff. I don't know how to. I don't have Facebook. I don't have TikTok. I don't have what's them other things, LinkedIn's, and I don't have any of that social stuff. I just do it this way, face to face, person to person. I use a pen and paper. I use a PowerPoint, but I can develop a business all over the world from the comfort of my own home. So it's not intensive financially to develop a business, other than your time. The only thing you need is an internet connection. That's all. $20 and an internet connection. What a simple business. Think about that. And think about what traditional business people are prepared to invest in their businesses: tens and hundreds of thousands into their properties, into their shops, into their traditional businesses. And they work 8, 10, 15 hours a day in their traditional businesses. And this business provides leverage. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. The leverage here is incredible. And you don't have to employ anybody, which is important. No employees, you've no deliveries, you've no shipments, you've no ordering, you've very, very little to do. So if you can get paid for your time, then I think this is the probably the best place in the world to get paid for time. I don't think anybody earns more per hour in any industry than what you can earn here. Better than the footballer type incomes as well. Anyway, let's deep dive into some of the training tonight. If you've been on before, you've seen a lot of this before. But if you can't repeat it, then you need to hear it again. It's a bit like wanting to learn a song. You got to hear it multiple times before you can recite it. Maybe you have to write it down. Maybe you have to test and try it and perform it. So that's what I try to do. If I go to a seminar or training, I try to take lots of notes, and then I try when I go home to replicate everything I heard on that seminar. Let's say I was away at a day event learning about something. I go that night, that very evening, I go through my notes, right? What did he say here? Oh, I forget. It said, oh, I wrote that wrong. I've spelled the word wrong. I can't. And then I'll move on to the next bit. I got this piece and I got this piece and I got this piece. And then there'll be a little bit of doodling on the paper. I go, oh, what was he talking about here? Oh, can't remember. I can't remember what he said. Okay, I'll go on to the next bit and I'll start. And then I'll see what parts of that I can use. And then when I Get up the next day, I go back through it again. So then I'm recalling it again for a second time because maybe overnight I thought of it. Yes, I know what that meant there. That word should be concisely, not considered. Whatever I wrote down fast, yeah, I know what that means now. And then I'd start to frame all this stuff and I'd prepare it again the next day. And then I'd maybe take 3 or 4 pieces off it, what I call the golden nuggets, and I would try to reuse that and reframe it in my own language, reframe it in my own mannerisms, because we're all different. There's no right way, there's no wrong way to do this business. Um, and I certainly know the new kids on the block are finding ways to outperform us, even with AI. And I know that Aurum themselves are developing Aurum Flow coming out, where AI will do most of the heavy lifting for you. It'll answer all the questions, give you all the information to your prospects. That's a new product that's coming out, which is quite sensational. So, moving on. Let's see why my slide isn't moving on. Yes, it is. It's not being nice to me. Let's stop share. Let's see, can we do this again? Share screen. I know what's wrong. I have to stop share first of all. Share screen. You see me in technology? Most of the time it works well. Now I see my camera's not even on, so wow. I thought my camera had been on all of that time. Hopefully, can you give me a thumbs up or something just to say, yeah, camera and slide is there? And maybe just give a thumbs up on the site there. Is that possible? Is there annotations there? Yeah, we got it. Good stuff. Thank you so much. All right, guys, let's get moving. So again, anything that I share with you tonight is just my own views, my own opinions. It's yeah, it's maybe some of the own due diligence that I've done. So let's get underway. So what we want to do is we want to try and plan out the success plan for the new affiliates this week. So we're not trying to sell this to anybody that's not in the business. What we're looking at here is we're looking at a way to help people develop the business, particularly those that are already in the business. We're not really looking to share this with people that aren't already involved. And one of the most important things I certainly do is attach a reason why I'm doing this business. Why am I prepared to sit here tonight and talk? Why am I prepared to do 4, 5, 6, 7 webinars tomorrow? Why am I prepared, to fly to Brazil? Why am I prepared? So what is it? Why am I doing it? So, and why are you doing it? What attracted you to it? So you've got to take a diary or a book or a notepad. You need to start writing. Why am I in the business? And it's the why is probably more important than the how. I'm going to show you how to build it. That's quite easy. But why is the thing that keeps you engaged, keeps you locked in. And there's many human weaknesses, but one of the human weaknesses is we continually dream and we think of things and things we want and goal setting and yeah, I'd love this and I'd love that and what if I had this but we don't put it into action. We don't go after it. We don't do it, and we're full of good intentions. That's probably the best way to say it. We're full of good intentions, and particularly if we go back a couple of months ago to the new year, that's when most people establish their goals. I'm going to put on a little bit of weight this year. I'm going to lose a little bit of weight this year. I'm going to get much fitter this year. I'm going to get healthier this year. We all start thinking about, I'm going to start going to the gym 3 days a week. And we start planning for ourselves. But that kind of goal dies for most people after 7 to 10 days. It's kind of out of sequence because it takes, I think they say it takes 21 days to put something into position. You've got to do something for 21 days in succession to form the habit, and that's where most people fail. They get distracted. They go back to normal way of life. They get up at the same time every morning. They get into that same shower. They put on those same clothes. They go down and have that same breakfast. They jump in that same car. They travel that same road to work. They sit in that job all day, and all they're looking at is the clock to see 5 so that they can go back in that traffic and fight that traffic home for an hour and get home and put their feet up and have something to eat and fall asleep in front of the television and go to bed and get up and do that for 40 years. That's what a lot of people do. Well, a long time ago, I chose not to do that. And it's opportunities like this that can actually change your life, really. And it's down to why. And I think you need to work on that. I spent a lot of time on that. Even now, what can this do for the family? I have 6 kids. Like what, you know, one's already married, so there's potentially 5 more weddings. How can I help with those weddings? What can I do? A wedding's very expensive these days. I mean, what would that cost? 5 weddings if I were to pay for it? Those kids of mine, they need a roof over their head. Like, what would it be nice for their father to be able to give them a house? There's big lofty goals. What would 5, 6 houses cost? Or what would the deposits on 5 or 6 houses cost? So you starting to think of the why. Why am I doing this? You know, the kids say to me, or they say to my wife, they say, "Why is Dad down in the office shouting at his computer? He's down and he's always shouting at his computer every day." And and they now know that we're building a lifestyle, we're building assets, we're working hard for our future, for the family's future, and for because this can really, really, really change your life. So the first step to success is make a decision. Are you half in or half out? Are you all in or all out? Are you dipping your toe in the water? Are you immersing yourself? Are you all in? And that decision is down to you. You don't have to build a business here. No, no, because it's very easy not to. It's easier. It's easy to do this, but write this down. It's equally easy not to do it. It's easy to change the channel on your television. If you have the remote control in your hand, it's very easy. Just press the button and it changes the channel. That's easy to do. But it's equally easy not to do if you can't find the remote. You're sitting in the seat looking around for this remote. Where's my remote control? Hey, anybody got the remote? Hey, anybody out there? You won't even get up of your seat to change the channel. And years ago, you had to get up and walk over to the television, look for the little button and press the buttons. That's harder to do now because life's got so easy when we have remote control. But if the remote control was taken away, most people don't know how to find the button on a television. It appears that there is no button on the television. It's over to the side or it's around at the back. So it's easier. It's easy to do something, but it's equally easy not. And I've seen people sitting in their house, sitting on their sofa, watching something they didn't want to watch. They didn't like what was on the television, but they're too lazy to get up and go and find the remote or walk 4 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, and change the channel on the television. And that's life. And you're either a doer or you're not. Are you somebody that gets up and does things, or are you going to sit and wait till somebody comes with the remote an hour later and you've watched a program you didn't want to watch? Now, I chose not to watch TV at all. I don't watch TV. I don't read newspapers. I chose that a long time ago because I've never made money watching television. I've never made money on social media. I've never made money even playing golf, so I don't play golf because I've never made money playing golf. So you've got to make a decision here. If you're passive, you're passive. You don't need to be on this training. You don't, because all you'd have to know in passive is how to deposit and how to withdraw. That's it. There's nothing else to learn. Quite easy. So this training is called team training. It's about building a team. And I was in some groups, as many of you were, and we heard these discussions during the week. People were writing all this nonsense about, oh, it takes more than mindset to build the business, And they're 100% right. It does. It takes action, and that's what they weren't doing. They weren't putting action into the business. So they were saying, oh, it takes more than mindset. Mindset's only one sort of thing, but it's getting the get up going to do something. And people were saying, oh, I'm not really that well connected. I don't know how to find networkers. Well, my belief is everybody's a networker, every single one of you, because that's what you've done all your life. If you're on Facebook, you're a networker. Why? Because you sent your link to your friends, you post stuff, you communicate, you've built a community. That's a team. You mightn't be getting paid for it, but you've already built a team. Everybody's a networker. You are a walking, talking advertising machine as well. Every one of you is a walking, talking advertising machine. By the clothes you wear, I like Hugo Boss. She likes Michael Kors. He likes Tommy Hilfiger. There's somebody likes Nike. There's somebody likes Adidas. By the clothes you wear, by the car you drive. Wow, she likes Toyota. He likes Range Rover. You're a walking, talking advertising machine. You've built many networks and you recommend things every day of your life. If a friend walked into your house today and said, well, I've got a leak in the bathroom, you wouldn't know a good plumber by any chance. A plumber? Of course I do. Oh, we have a guy here who's a great guy. Hold on. Is it bad? Yeah, it's leaking bad. I need somebody urgently. Oh, I don't know. Is my guy available? Let me get you a number here. And we promote and we give across links and we so we do it every day of our lives. Uh, so anyway, there's people contacting me here during training. So I'm just at training at the minutes. So I don't know why people ask me questions during training when they should be on the training. You know what I mean? So anyway, they're going to ask me a question. How does this work? And how does that work? And how does that work? But they're not on the training. And I say, if I say to them, well, if you come to the training, I'll answer that for you. And they say, well, I was on the training before. Oh, you were on the training before, were you? Okay, that's great. So that's you finished. Yeah. Are you done? Why are you asking me a question? And if you're done, maybe you'll do the training next week. How does that sound? Are you fit to give the training? Let's hear you. I'm willing to. I'll let anybody do the training. You mean that's what we need? We need more trainers. We need more people sharing their information. So make a decision what it is you're going to do here. Make a plan for this year, next year, and the year after. I call that short-term plan. We know that Brian Benson's made a 10-year plan, but I prefer to work off. When you know the age of me, 10 years away sounds a long, long time. In my next biggest birthday, I'll be 70 years old. So there you go. That'll give you an idea. 70 years old. So, but I prefer to work 26, 27, 28. Is plenty vision for me for the next 3 years. And of course, you need to take correct action, not any action, correct action. Any action is like people say, oh, yes, I wrote out a list of people's names. Okay, that's action. But did you call them? No, no, I didn't call them. Why? I was afraid. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. Okay. But you wrote down all their names, yeah. And you didn't call them. No. I was afraid. You were actually afraid of rejection. You didn't want them to say no to you. That's what happened. People don't like rejection. And you're guilty yourself. If you walk into a shop, what happens when you walk into a shop? Generally, somebody comes over and says, hello, madam. Hello, sir. Is there something I can help you with today? And what we do is automatically we put up a barrier. No, no, thanks. I'm just having a little look. I'm just having a look around. Thank you very much. We push them off. No, we say no. Why? We want to look. So that's an automatic reaction from humans. And when you ask somebody to look at your business, they go, no, 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 no. You've got to understand that you're going to get rejection. But you've got to learn how to see over rejection. I could do a whole training just on that one subject. Even on this one page, I could spend an hour speaking about decisions, planning, actions, and persistence. I could do an hour in each of those subjects. But of course, I'm not. uh, uh, it's incredible. You've got to take the correct action. Some people are picking up the phone and saying, well, I did call my person. Well, what did you say to them? Well, I said, have you heard of a guy called Brian Benson? And what did they say? No. And then what did you say? Well, I said, there's this guy called Brian Benson, used to work for Binance, and he's got this AI technology and this AI robot. And the person starts to look at them, AI robot. What did you eat for dinner today? When we had a conversation yesterday, you didn't talk like this. Now you're talking about AI. What is AI? People get confused, and so you have to be very natural in your process of speaking to somebody. And sometimes the first call is not the call to drop this. You drop maybe a seed, but you don't have to close the business on one day. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 days, or sometimes it even takes 4 or 5 months. I'm working on somebody. Uh, he was the first or second person I showed this to, and he said to me, "Yeah, send me your link. I'll join." And I didn't send him the link. And the person who was with him I did send the link to, and he joined because I thought one was going to go with the other. But that person's still not in the business, and now they think, oh well, I should have got in, way back in April last year, and that's not the right answer. So sometimes you still have to work on people, over and over and over again, and then sometimes when if you approach them and then somebody else approaches them, then somebody else and somebody else, after 3 or 4 approaches, people go, there must be something to this. Wow, everybody seems to be having success here. And then the reality steps in and they go, wow, I want to get started here. So if you're doing too much talking, if you're not taking the correct action, you can do the wrong action. The wrong action might be annoying people, every day about Aurum when they maybe have said no, or leave it for a month and you leave it for a week. People, you have to be very, the thing I talk about often is the golf example. If you hit a ball on a golf tee and the ball shoots away over to the left hand side and you hit it again and you hit it again and you hit it again and you hit it again, it keeps going left, 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 and the flag's in front of you, you're taking action. You're swinging that ball, you're hitting it. Yes, I'm out practicing every day, I'm practicing, but the ball keeps going left. So you're doing the wrong thing. What you need is a coach. And in golf, you need a pro to come and say, hey, show me how you're holding the club. Look, you're holding it all wrong. How on earth are you supposed to ball to go straight if you're holding the grip like that? You need to move your hand around. Yes, I want to see your knuckles. And now your feet are pointing in the wrong direction. The ball's going to go out that way. Put your feet in line with the flag and drop your shoulder. Yes, and bend the knee. And what's going to happen is that the pro will adjust you so that you hit it correctly. You're holding it correctly and give you and then you hit the ball, it goes straight, you go straight. So it's about taking correct action, not just any action. So if it's not working for you, stop. You're doing the wrong thing or you're saying the wrong thing. Write that down. You're either doing the wrong thing or you're saying the wrong thing if it's not working for you. And some people say nothing and they hit it with incredible accuracy. Yeah, they're doing nothing and they're getting it right every time. Because nobody's rejecting, nobody's joining, nothing's happening. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. They're doing nothing or they're saying nothing. So you got to be out there learning what to say, learning how to build a business, and persist. Persist until you get it right. When you were a child, you fell, and mom and dad lifted you up and tried to take another couple of steps, and you fell and banged your head that time. And then you get up again, and then you took 3 steps, and they were excited. Wow, you took 3 steps, fantastic. You got to persist like anything, you think of Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt, I don't know how many gold medals he has, but he had to get up at 6 in the morning. He had to go out and run on the roads. He had to change his diet. He had to change things at home with family. He had to change, his whole game plan. He had to go to bed very early at night. He had to go to the gym. He had to go to the running track. He had to run in different types of weather. And he had got blisters on his feet and he kept going and persisted and persisted. And he had to beat his personal best and he kept persisting and persisting and persisting. And when he went to the Olympics, he ran for 40 seconds and got 3 gold medals. 40 seconds is all he ran. He ran less than 10 seconds in the 100 meters. He ran less than 20 seconds in the 200 meters. That was 30 seconds. And then he was in the 4x100. He ran less than 10 seconds. That was 40 seconds. He's got 3 gold medals. But it was more than 40 seconds. It was 4 years before that, building up, persistence, taking action, taking correct action, adjusting, running at a different altitude where the oxygen is different. Start learning, and that's what you have to do with this business, guys. And you've got to try and turn what I call the invisible into the visible. Things that you don't have today are the things that you want today. The house you live in is the house you live in because that's the one you can afford. Yeah, it's probably not your ideal home. You probably have a vision for something much, much grander, maybe in a warmer climate. Yeah, you've probably got different goals, but people are very comfortable with what they have. and they find it difficult to change. They can't turn what's invisible into visible, but you have to learn how to do that, and it works. So sit down and write out again in your book, write out 101 things you'd like, 101 things, and set your alarm for 30 minutes to write out these 101 things. And if you've got a partner in life, spouse, whatever, send them to a different room and tell them to write down 101 things that they want. And both of you set an alarm. 30 minutes later, meet in the kitchen and open your books and go through what have you done for number one. Yeah, my wife had, yeah, I want an extension on the house. Wow. What have you done for your number one? Oh, I want a new car. Oh, you want a new car? You don't need a new car. You've got a new car. Your car's fine. Why do you need a new car? Okay, let's forget about number one. What do you have down for number two? Oh, you want to retile the bathroom. You want to retile the bathroom. Yeah. What did you down for number two? I want to go on a holiday. A holiday. Your life's a holiday. What do you want to go on a holiday for? And you'll go down, you'll find out that they had a holiday in position 11, you had a holiday in position 2. They had a new car, number 49, you had a number car, number 3. And what you do is you massage these two lists together so you both know the purpose of goal setting, the purpose of what you both want in life, the purpose of what Aurum can provide, because Aurum is nothing more than a vehicle. Aurum's just a vehicle. Like your car gets you from home to the shop, Aurum is a vehicle that gets you to from where you are today financially to where you'd like to be. You wouldn't believe the amount of people I've helped change their life with this business. It's incredible. Most of my frontline people would be deeply grateful for the opportunity they have, or the opportunity they were given, because I picked up the phone and called them, because Aurum has changed their life financially. You see, you can't go up the ranks without taking people with you. You can't go to the top because you need at least 3 people to come up there with you. So as this business starts to grow, you're helping other people. It's changing their lives as well. And that's what you want to do. If you have a mission to go out there and help change lives, that's a goal. I'd like to make 10 people a millionaire. Brian Benson wants 1,000 millionaires. I'd like to, maybe you would like to have 10 of those millionaires in your team. Or maybe you'd like to have 400 of the 1,000 millionaires. How would that sound? Imagine 400 of Brian Benson's 1,000 millionaires were in your team. How would that be? Have you ever thought of that goal? Have you ever looked at that 10-minute video, 10-year video? Look at the numbers, look at the figures, look at the vision, look at the years, look at what he wants to create. Because you've got to get behind that. And if you don't believe it, it's not going to work. You got to believe in Brian Benson. You got to believe in the products. And you got to believe in yourself. Yeah, if you don't believe in yourself, it won't matter what Brian Benson believes. Yeah. If you don't believe in the product, doesn't matter, nothing else will happen. You've got to believe in the product. We're going to take a look at the product in a moment, but there's a load of things you need to work on your goals. Half an hour, do it. For a newbie, do it once a week. Half an hour once a week. It's like when we went to school when we were kids. We went to school, we had 30 minutes in English, and then we had 30 minutes in maths, and then we had 30 minutes in science, and then we had 30 minutes. Do you remember they gave us 7, 8 classes a day, 5 days a week for 10 years of our 20 years of our life? Little pieces, little chunks. And at the end of the season, they give us an exam to see could we recall everything we'd learned that year. And they presented us with a test that we were afraid of, that we didn't want to face, because we had to study. We had to, and the same in your business, you got to study your business. You got to know your business. People that know their business here are doing well. The people that don't know their business are passengers. So again, it's down to a decision. Do you want to learn your business? Do you want to know your business? Do you want to learn your industry? Do you know your industry? You got to learn your products. You got to learn the comp plan. You got to learn all of these things. But getting back to the goals, what about career goals? Are you happy in your present career outside of Aurum? Is this the career that you thought about when you were a kid? Or did you want to be a movie actor? Or did you want to be in a pop band or a rock band? Or what was it that you really wanted to be? Yeah. What was those early dreams? And why are you where you are now? Whatever it is that you do. I don't know what you do. I hope you love it. But is it what you thought about, or did it just fall into this? You see, the decisions we make have led us to exactly where we are today. All the decisions you have made have brought you to where you are right now, financially and every other way. The job, the career, the business, the partner, all your decisions. Nothing to do with your parents. Absolutely not. You have brought you to where you are today. The decisions you've made, the people you've hung out with. So think about your career. Think about family. How can you better things in the household? How can you better relationships in the family? Parents, grandkids, children, brothers and sisters, siblings. How could you better? And these are part of the goals you need to establish. Yeah, I fell out with my brother 3 years ago. Yeah, I'd love to mend that one. Wow, write it down. Take him to the Maldives with you. Have you qualified for the Maldives? Hey, brother, I haven't spoken to you for 3 years, but I have a lovely trip. I'd like to pop off to the Maldives for a few days and let's have a chat out there. So start using your goals to drive the energy in your business that's needed to go up the careers, to go up the ranks, to get the incomes you need to qualify for the different things that are going. So travel goals. Have you seen the beautiful world we've been given? Have you seen the seven wonders of the world? That depends. There's old wonders, there's newer wonders, there's modern day wonders. But I was in Brazil. I saw the Redeemer. I was in Rome last year. I saw the Colosseum. I did not see Taj Mahal yet. I did not see the Great Wall of China. But write down the wonders of the world and say to yourself, in the next 2 to 3 years, I'd like to see all seven or eight wonders of the world. Why shouldn't you see them? Have you seen the best 10 beaches in the world? Google it. What are the best 10 safest beaches in the world? And stay. Well, I want to see two of them this year. I'll see three next year, and the next year I'll see three or four, and that'll be it. I've seen all the beaches, I've seen all the national parks, I've seen all the mountains of the world. You know, I don't want to go to the top of Everest, right? But I wouldn't mind standing at the bottom and seeing it, seeing the scale of it, seeing the scope of it. I wouldn't mind. Hey, I went to the bottom of Everest. Yeah, I took a few steps up the mountain because I've no desire to go to the top of that mountain. But I would like to go to the top of the Aurum mountain. I would like to go to Alpha. That's the top. Would you agree the view from the top of the mountain is better than the view from the bottom of the mountain? What do you think about that? Where do you get the best view? The top of the mountain or the bottom of the mountain? The top of the mountain. So do you know what the view is at the top of Aurum? You know there's $10 million at the top of the mountain. Do you believe there's $10 million? Do you know how there's $10 million or why there's $10 million? Do you know how to get to the top of the mountain? To get to the top of the mountain, there's only 15 steps. Did you know that? 15 steps. The first one's Voyager. And some people go as far as Voyager and it's high enough for them. They're happy up there. Yeah, they're happy at Voyager. Some people will never go to Voyager because it's a decision. The second step up is Vanguard. The third is Vanguard Pro. But do you know every rank by name? And if you don't, you haven't studied the map. You haven't decided how you'd like to go. I remember 10 months ago, if you had asked me where I'd like to be, I said, I'd like to be legend. I'd like to be legend. I like the name legend. For me, there's lots of legends. Muhammad Ali's a legend. Kenny Rogers, the singer, was a legend. There's lots of legends. I'd love to be a legend. Hey, but that was just in the name. Of course, now I want to go to higher. I want to go to Alpha. I want to see what the view's like from up there. The view at Alpha will be amazing. Some of you will go up to Oracle, which is quite a nice view. You can start getting above the tree line, start seeing things. Quite all right. What about health goals? Are you eating the right food? Are you eating processed food? Are you eating organic feed? Do you know anything about health? Are you in good health? Have you ever got a checkup? When you go to a restaurant, what are you eating? Do you look at the price or do you look at the food? Most people look at the price. They don't look at the food at all. Oh, that's a little bit expensive. You should be able to eat what you want, but eat healthy, exercise. So are you reaching all your health goals? What about charitable? I'm sure we're all charitable. You put $5 in the bucket every time you pass someone on the street that needs some money. Many of us throw our change in, I know that. But what about being more charitable? What about being able, how would you feel about giving 100,000 every year to your favorite charity? How would that feel? For most people, it feels impossible. 100,000? Sure, I don't even make that myself. But how would you feel if you were able to give 100,000 every year to your favorite charity? Would that be something you'd feel good about? How would you like to start your own charity? Would you like to help the homeless? Imagine people don't have a home. Imagine people living on the streets. Imagine what you could do with this. Imagine people that are hungry. Imagine what you could do. What will you be remembered for? So this goal setting, I could spend 4 hours talking on this one slide, on and on and on. What about your business goals? Would you like to have your own traditional business, conventional business, real estate business, hotel business, restaurant business? Have you any business goals? Savings and financial. For most people, if we turned off the money today from your job, from your business, from your career, from Aurum, from the government, if we turned off all the money, turn it all off tonight. Think about that. Turn off all money, which means there's no money coming tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day. How long could you survive? And that's a reflection on what you've done to date towards savings and financials. Have you already put away 60,000, 100,000? So if that situation did arise, you've got something to hold out until you get things back on track, until you get a new job, until you get a new career. Have you a nest egg done? Most people, 30 to 90 days, they're beat, they're out. They've worked all their lives. They've worked all their lives. And if the money was turned off now, in 30 days, the mortgage companies, the house companies would be quizzing them. The mortgage is not paid, the electric's not paid, the rent's not paid, the bills aren't paid, and the pressure of that comes on. And 3 months later, have you enough put away? These are some of the goals you need to work about. I want to save 1,000 a month, 12,000 a year. I want to save 2,000 a month, 24,000 a year. So if I had 24,000 and I did run into this tight spot, well, at least I have a buffer to pull me out. So these are some of the things when I do my goal set training. Probably a 4-hour session with breaks to do this one session. But other than Aurum, what financial strategy have you in place to increase your wealth in 2026? So the registration, here we go.
Hello. Welcome to the Aurum user manual. Today we will show you how to register your account to start investing with Aurum. First of all, input your email address. Secondly, input your phone number. Then, create a password. It should meet the requirements listed below the field. Last but not least, enter your invite code. Press the continue button. You just finished your first step of registration. Now, input your first and last name and choose a username. After that, input your date of birth. Select your country. Be sure to check the terms of use checkbox. Almost there. Press the sign up button. Now, check your inbox. You should get a message from Aurum with the code needed for email verification. Enter the code, press the confirm button, and congratulations. Your account has been successfully created. Thank you for your time.
So again, for our new people, could you send me that video right now? Do you have that video? Do you have it in your notes? Do you have your referral link? If you were at the side of the road waiting on a bus, somebody asked you, here, I'll register now. Do you have your referral link at the tips of your fingers on your notes and that video to send in here? There's a video, watch that. It takes 1 minute. It'll show you how to register. Here's my link. Have you got that? Probably not. It's to do with preparation. Yeah, it's to do with preparation. When preparation and opportunity comes together, that's when you have success. Some people don't even know where that video is. It's in your back office. But anyway, uh, for the new people, I suggest in the first month or so, just focus on that one product there, that first one, the EXI bot. Why? It's their most, uh, okay, it's the longest standing product. It's 3 years old. It's the most consistent. Um, it's the most profitable. And I think if you learn one product, rather than trying to learn 10 songs, learn one song first, then you can move on and learn some of the other products. So for the newbies, I would suggest learn how to deposit, learn how to stop trading, how to reinvest, how to turn that off and on, how to withdraw, learn all the things around the EXI bot, and then maybe move on and learn a little bit more through Telegram or through the Google Store, Google Play Store. Learn about the Zeusbot, learn about the EXI Pro. We'll take a look at those in a moment. And then maybe a month later, think about the card, because you don't need a card. A card means you're going to spend money. Most people don't have money to spend. So it's best to make the money and then later on, a month or so later, then get the card. The card's $249. Maybe $249 for most people is better than the bot. It'll become $500 and then you've got a free card. How about that? And what about the exchange? Learn about that. And I suggest you be on the VIP call coming up midweek. There's a few announcements there about some new products that they're going to release very, very soon. The exchange is fabulous. 17 to 20%. You get free Bitcoin every day on it. You get free USDT. You get free XRP every day on this. So all you have to do is put a deposit in there. And you get free money every day. No trading. Very, very simple. Just free Bitcoin every day. This started on the 11th of November last year. I don't know who's using it. I set my account up. If you look down the bottom date here, do you see the 24th of the 11th? Can you see in the bottom right hand corner? I think this started on the 15th. I probably started this on the 17th, and this is the 24th. I'm just having a look at. So if you just want some free Bitcoin without trading, you can take your money out anytime you want. There's a nice little product to get some business customers started on. Nothing too exciting, but at least they start seeing the name, they start learning how to deposit and withdraw and getting comfortable with the whole operation. I did withdraw $500, fantastic. So your money's not locked in the exchange. You can see here, so the $1,000, look, 1,000 went up to 1,008. Then when I took out the 500, it went down to 500, but it's not 508, it's now 522. And that was on the 10th of January. Of course, if I updated it now, it would be more and more. Look at the Bitcoin. I only put in 0.1 Bitcoin, but look back then in January, it was 0.01023 free Bitcoin added to this account every day. So there we go. Look, 0.13. Now, don't be misled that high earnings are easily achieved. They're not. It's not that easy. So don't let anybody tell you it's easy. It is easy to do, and it's easy not to do. I've said that earlier, but it takes work. It takes effort. It takes teaching, duplication, so many ingredients to come in. Consistency is very, very important. Get consistent in your efforts. It's a bit like if you go to the gym, like if you only go once a month, you're probably wasting your time. You know, if you only come to one Zoom a week, you're probably wasting your time, really. You know, what business do you know opens at 8 o'clock at night and closes at 9:30 once a week? You know any successful business that opens at 8 o'clock and closes at 9:30 on a Sunday night, for instance, when nobody's around? Does that shop make money? So your shop must always be open. Your business must always be open for business. You must always be prepared to accept business, you know, and you need a shop window. And the shop window I'm offering is Monday to Thursday on the Zooms when I can. Obviously, I can't be there all the time, but when there's nothing else on, I'm there to be a shop window where we can express the opportunity to your guests. So past performance is not indicative of the future. You can't tell me the price of Bitcoin next Wednesday at 3 o'clock. Can anybody tell me the right answer? What price is Bitcoin next Wednesday at 3 o'clock? You just don't know. You don't know the results of the lottery. You don't know. You past performance, whatever's happened there doesn't predict what's going to happen in the future. Yeah, cryptocurrency trading is volatile, but the good news is Bitcoin was like 120,000 4 months ago. It's all the way back now to 70,000, $68,000. It's almost halved. So people's wealth has halved. But if you're trading Bitcoin, you're making more Bitcoin. I'll show you in a second. I'll show you an account in a second. You're getting more Bitcoin. And when the market recovers and it goes into the bull, starts to rise again, that wealth comes back. It's incredible. But it's also incredible that the AI can see what's happening. It can make profits on the down. You can make profits on the up, but you also have to be able to make profits on the down. Many of you will be familiar with this account here. Started with 500, jumped up to 882. That account is now double that, 1600, something like that. It made 76% in 5 months. Incredible. Really, really good. 76% in 5 months. The bank can't do that for you. Property can't do that for you. Gold can't do that for you. That's pretty incredible. The $10,000 account went from 10,000 up to 12. It went up to 15,000. After 3 months, it went to 17,000, and after 4 months, it doubled. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you any financial advice. I don't know, is your account going to be the same as this or not? But this customer has the reinvestment button turned on, which means the profit remains with the principal and trades together inside Binance or KuCoin, whichever account your account has been allocated to. But this account is customer data, not company data. This account is true. This account we have been tracking. This account did go from 10,000 to 20,392 in 4 months. Because we tracked it. We have the dates, we have the timestamps, we have everything. And then it nearly doubled again in the next 4 months. It went from 20,000, look, to 39,000. It was 500 short of doubling again in 4 months. Yeah, 8 months doubled twice. Then it made 7,000 in 1 month. And we're going to get an up-to-date on this in 2 more days. This is the 8th. On the 10th, we're going to get another update on this account as well, which is incredible. And people say, oh, how can it make all this money? Where are they getting all this profit from? Well, if you go to CoinMarketCap, and this would be a well-received website. It's a platform that analyzes what's happening on this exchange, this exchange, this exchange. So if Bitcoin's 68,000 on this exchange, and it's 68,400 on this exchange, and it's 68,200 on this exchange, this site aggregates all the movements, all the prices, all the profits. I want you to look here in the last 24 hours that these coins went up 2,000% in 1 day, 24 hours, 800%, 500%, 500%, 400% in 1 day. In 1 day. And what Aurum is doing in 1 month is 10 to 16% in 1 month. 10 to 16 in 1 month. This is 2,000 in 1 day, 800% in 1 day, 397 in 1 day. So in this crypto market, the volatility here, you can find this yourself. This is just to let you see the possibilities of how they can do it. And then somebody shared this with me, and I don't want you sharing this around, but a few months ago, there was almost 16 million in this account. And in the last 30 days, it made $2 million. This is one of the Aurum accounts, the KuCoin account. It made $2.1 million in 30 days. If you look over here, it shows you the trading bot. It made almost 16 million. Now, there's 90 million trading as of the 1st of March. 90 million. There's 20 million in this account, 20 million in that account, 5 million in that account, 17 million in that account. So they spread it across Binance, KuCoin, OKX, Kraken. They don't put it in one account. That's stupid. This account had 16 million in it. And just last week, it went up to 20 million. Can you see here? Same account, 20 million. All of it's trading. Look, 20 million trading. 100% of the money's trading. It's incredible. And look down here. When did this start? Can you see the date? The 11th of January, 2023. Just look where the blue arrow is. 11th of January 2023, this account was deposited with 1.5 million. That's how we know the EXI bot has been running for 3 years. 2023, 2024, they opened it up to the public. 2025 was last year. Now we're into our 3rd year. And this is proof and evidence that there was 1.5 million deposited on the 11th of January 2023 into the Aurum account. And now it's at 20 million. What percentage is 1.5 million all the way up to 20 million? We asked to see market orders. We asked to see profits and losses. We saw the profit and loss there. We saw the profit and loss, 2 million profit and loss, 2 million in 30 days on a $15 million account. But we wanted to see the initial deposits. We wanted to see how much was trading. Look, all of it, all 20 million is trading, 100% in the trading bot. We wanted to see open orders, market orders. We wanted to see what are they trading. You can see it here yourself. They're trading Doge, they're trading Pepe, they're trading BTC. What else is down there? BTC. I thought I saw Ethereum. Yeah. So, and that was on the 3rd of, that was on the 5th of the 3rd. That was a few days ago. So you can see these trading accounts from time to time. You can be invited on, talk to the traders, ask the questions, see the performance, which is quite interesting. Now, just want to talk about something for the new people that you might look at in a few months' time. You might be interested in the Visa card. You might be interested in trying the Zeus bot. This customer here put in 0.7 Bitcoin to the Zeus bot on the 31st of May, 2025. I'll say it again. This customer put in 0.7 Bitcoin, not 0.81, 0.7 Bitcoin on the 31st of May, 2025. When they logged back in, it went to 0.74. The next time they went, it was 0.77. The next time they went, it was 0.81. That's what you see now. The next time they went in, it was 0.82. The next time it was 0.84. The next time was 0.88 Bitcoin. So they only put in 0.7. It's now 0.88. It then went to 0.91. Then went up to 0.93. Then it went up to 96. And then they got 99. They wanted to get a full Bitcoin. They wanted to turn 0.7 into 1 Bitcoin. Boom, they did it. And then they went on to 1.1 and went on to 1.2. Then they withdrew a Bitcoin. They withdrew the full Bitcoin, but they never had a Bitcoin to start with. They only had 0.7 of a Bitcoin. It went up to, it made half a Bitcoin. It went from 0.7 to 1.2. That's half a Bitcoin. And then they took out the full Bitcoin and left the half. And now they're trading it up to another Bitcoin. There's another customer put in, I think it was 1.75 Bitcoin. And it's 4 Bitcoins now. 4 Bitcoins now. So the next thing is you want to try and qualify for the present event. There are only 61 places left, which means 90 places have already been taken. And there's still a little bit of time left. You can't qualify from the network. So from the network, you needed 350 over 7 levels, 500,000 or 700,000 over 7 generations. Those places are all gone, but there are 61 places as of 7:30 tonight, UK time. 7:30 UK tonight, there were 61 places available to go to the Maldives. And that'll be a great chance to spend a few days with Brian Benson, with the corporate team, maybe some of the founders, and maybe the trading team might be there. I don't know who's going to be there. I know a lot of the leaders from around the world are qualifying. You can pick their brain. You can enjoy the sun. There's going to be some announcements there. They'll probably create another vacation. Sorry, I'm thinking of the Maldives. I'm thinking of the Maldives. This one is Token 2049. So they just keep doing event after event after event. And I love that because it shows the growth. It shows the potential here. So this is Token 2049. All being well, if Dubai clears up, and I would trust that it would be fine by the time this comes around at the end of April. But you get a ticket to these events, you get your hotel, and again, you'll be hanging out with Brian Benson, and you can extend your travel around that. In fact, we'll be in the Maldives, coming back to Dubai. Maybe we'll stay for this as well. So lots of opportunities to travel with this company. They did an incentive to Turkey, to a place called Antalya. They did an incentive to Phuket in Thailand. They did an incentive to Dubai. They did an incentive to the Maldives. They did an, and that's all within a year. And once the Maldives one comes up, they'll be launching another incentive for, I'm suggesting Las Vegas, Cancun, Bali, and a cruise. I'd love a cruise as well. So wouldn't that be fantastic? All heading off on a cruise. But there are 61 places left, and you can roll your sleeves up and go to work and see can you get that done. But we only do two things if you're building the business. We find some customers and we find some customer gatherers. That's it. We find some customers, we find some customer gatherers. These customers are everywhere. Anybody that really wants to make money is a customer. How do you find them? Well, you got to talk to them. You got to talk to them. And many people have a roadblock with this, it's just, oh, I don't know how to talk to people. Oh, I don't know what to say. Oh, I don't know who to talk to. All of these different things. You've got a roadblock in your own mind, guys. You've got to just bulldozer, crack that stone away. If there's a big rock there, just chip it down, break it down, move all the dust to the side and get moving. If you were driving home tonight and you ran into a roadblock could be a flat tire. Do you pull into the side of the road, fold your arms, and turn the car off and go and say, that's it. That's it. I'm not driving anymore. That's me finished. I'm done. No, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to be freezing tonight. I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to get out of this car. I'm not going to change that tire. I'm just going to sit here and let it fix itself. Would you do that? Or would you get out of the car and go and take out the spare tire and start repairing and getting yourself back on the road and moving? What would you do? I know what you would do. That's the same with this business. You've got to get over the hurdles. You've got to get over the objections. You've got to get over the roadblocks. Some people say, well, what would I say? You could say something like, hey, we're in the AI business. The AI business, that sounds interesting. Wow, how does that work? Well, if I sent you a link to some information, would you take a look at it? Yeah, that's it. That's all you need to know. How easy is that to get a customer? Well, what are you doing with yourself this time of year? Actually, very interesting. I'm in the AI business. The what? AI? What's that? AI. Have you not heard of ChatGPT? Oh yeah, AI. Yeah. Oh, that sounds interesting. Well, if I send you a link to some information, would you take a look at it for me? Yeah, send me information. You send them a link to the Zoom on Monday night. That's it, done. Don't mention Brian Benson. Don't mention robots. Don't mention EXI Pro. Imagine you talk to somebody. Hey, how are you doing? Have you heard of Brian Benson? No. You know Binance? No. Oh yeah, you know Binance. You don't know Brian Benson? No. Never heard of him. Right, but there's this thing called the EXA Pro. You know USDT. US what? USDT. DT? No. What's DT? Do you know anything about crypto? Crypto? No, not really. Oh yeah, no. Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Aye. Don't get into the wars, guys. Keep it simple. I'm in the AI business. Wow, that sounds interesting. If I send you a link to some information, would you look at it? Yeah, send me a link. Send them to the Zoom. Call them after the Zoom. Get their questions answered. Get them started. What's AI? Wow, it's additional income business. Additional income business. I like that. You're in the AI. Artificial insemination. No, not artificial insemination. AI. Yeah, additional income business. We earn more money. What? We earn more money. How? If I send you a link to information, would you take a look at it? Yeah, send them a link to the Zoom. Did I mention Brian Benson? Did I mention EXI Pro? Did I mention cryptocurrency or USDT? No. You want people in front of the information. That's how you build the business. The Zoom is your shop window. Who do you know that might be interested in earning more money? Everybody. No. Who do you know might be interested in earning more money? Everybody. Everybody. Okay, if I send you a link to some information, will you take a look at it? Did I mention Brian Benson? Did I mention EXI Pro, USDT, cryptocurrency, robots, Visa cards? No. I said, who do you know might be interested in earning more money? Everybody. Wow. Everybody. Yeah. Everybody wants to make more money. Okay. If I send you some information, would you take a look at it? Yeah. Send me some information. Certainly. You want a yes, don't you? Put them on the Zoom. Let the Zoom do the work. I mean, alternative investments, yeah, like RWAs. So don't get into that's the next thing that's coming up. So be on the call on Wednesday night. I'm in the the AI business. I'm in all in. I'm all in. You're all in what? If I send you a link to some information, would you look at it? Yeah. How's things going? Going great. I'm heading to the Maldives. The Maldives, what's on there? If I send you a link to some information, would you take a look at it? Yeah. Send them a link to the Zoom. Do you know any sharp people live in London? In London? Well, why do you want to know that? If I send you a link to some information, would you look at it? Yeah, send them on the Zoom. Do you know any sharp people live in Dubai? Why? No, can't think of it. Oh, yes, our next door neighbor's son's a school teacher there. Ah, why do you want to know? Well, I'm looking to develop my business in the Dubai region. Um, what kind of business are you in? Well, I don't have time to explain it. But if I send you a link to some information, would you please take a look at it for me? Yeah, send me a link, sure, I'll have a look at it. Send them a link to the Zoom and call them after the Zoom. Let the Zoom do the work. You can't lead and grow people unless you're leading and growing yourself. Okay? You can't lead and grow people unless you're leading by example and growing yourself. You've got to prepare for your success. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, but it all comes together. It can come together very fast. The more trainings you attend, the more notes you take, the more research you do on personal development, on better performance of yourself, on how to build a network. There's plenty of tools out there to help you. Yeah, plenty of we've got a LinkedIn, we've got Zooms, we've got a Telegram channel. There's so much there to help you build your business, and be prepared to fail. Some people aren't prepared to fail. They ask two people say no, and they say, I don't think this business really working. Be prepared to fail. You're not going to hit the bullseye first time. Not a chance. You look at many arrows he missed the target. But what I notice is people are aiming at nothing and hitting it every time. Write that down. People are aiming at nothing and hitting it every time. People that aren't doing anything. You understand? They're aiming at nothing. They're not trying to go Voyager. They're not trying to go Nexus. They're not trying to go Oracle. They're aiming at nothing and they're hitting it every day. Perfect. Just where they are. Nothing's changing. Yeah. For things to change, you must change. For things to get better, you must get better. You can't expect different results doing the same thing. Yeah. You got to do something different. You got to do, if you're just doing what you do every day and nothing's moving, you got to do something a little bit different to what you do every day. And those are the people that will have success. Those that will step outside their comfort zone, those that will step outside their box, those that will attend every training, those that will try and take some training and give it back to their team, those that want to develop. As I said, it's easy to do and it's easier not to do. It's easy to give this training. So easy, I don't have to think about it. I'm doing it effortlessly. That's where you need to get to. It was easy to do, and it's easy to say, well, no, he's better at it, let him do it. No, I'm not doing it. It's easy to do, but it's equally easy not to do, like the remote control. It's easy to go Voyager, but it's much easier not to go Voyager. It's easy to go Vanguard, but it's much, much easier not to go Vanguard. It's easier to go Magnet, but it's much easier not, isn't it? It's much easier not to do it because there's effort. There's effort. Yeah, I think I'll show somebody else wanted to see this. This is a son of mine, does it a different way. He does it on TikTok. He put this video together himself in the kitchen. He's loads of these videos. I don't know many he has. And his younger brother also has them as well. But they've done very, very well. Made over $100,000 already. I think is my son Prime or Oracle? I can't remember. He's either Prime or Oracle. Did it himself. Doesn't attend my Zooms. No, I didn't give him any of my contacts. Did it himself, but he put together this video. Have a listen to this for the new people.
Most people feel that affiliate. What if I told you there's a method out there that everyday people are using to escape their 9 to 5 and build a real online income? A method built in the same exact industries that billionaires like Mark Cuban, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos are pouring billions into, AI and crypto. And better yet, there's a way for you to plug into that exact same method without getting clients, without having to find a product or creating a product, and without learning how to trade. I get it. It probably sounds too good to be true. So let me tell you a few stories of people using this exact same system. I personally made 12,000 in my first month. Paul earned 300K in 16 weeks. And Dylan, 23 years old, made 17K in his first month. And over 18,000 people worldwide are profiting using this exact same system. These are real people with real results, and I'll show you exactly how to plug into this system in the free masterclass. Now, I personally wanted something really simple, something that I could plug into and start seeing results straight away. And that's exactly what this system does. I literally started profiting from day one. And this is why this system is so different from everything else that you're seeing online at the minute. This system is powered by Aurum. Aurum is led by Brian Benson, who's a former Morgan Stanley trader and ex-Binance director who helped Binance become a unicorn in under 12 months. Aurum was featured in Forbes. Visa has even partnered with Aurum, where they've created a Visa card where you can actually spend your cryptocurrency in everyday life. And that's the credibility behind this system. Look, I'm not a trader. I'm not a guru. I don't have a Lamborghini in my garage. I was just stuck in a 9-to-5 that I hated. And I'm tired of wasting time and money in side hustles that just don't work. But then I found Aurum. I started small, got some skin in the game, started to see daily profits, started to share it with others. I started earning huge commissions. The system works because of one breakthrough product. It's an AI crypto trading system. It's automated, it's simple, and everyday people are building their wealth without learning how to trade. Inside this masterclass, I'm going to show you that exact same system where everything will be revealed. Aurum's leading AI product has delivered 400% in just 2 years. That's an average of 18.5%. That's better than property. That's better than gold. What really makes this exciting is that there's 2 ways to earn. You can become a customer and use their AI products to actually build your crypto wealth and take daily profits. You can then become a partner and share that product that you believe in with others and earn commissions as well, which is brilliant. So please join me this Thursday, 8 p.m. UK time for the free masterclass. In just 60 minutes, I'll show you how to profit with AI crypto trading, how to start earning with the partner program, how to join my private community with exclusive resources, training, webinars, weekly calls to help you grow your business. And the most important, exclusive invite-only access to Aurum, the platform that's powering all of this. Seats are limited to 100 people, so click below and save your spot today.
So there you go. It takes me 40 minutes to explain the business, and he can explain it in 4 minutes. That's why these young ones have, I think, a better opportunity than all of us. But anyway, Aurum flows coming out very, very soon. That might help some of you guys, from a technical point of view, if you're familiar with social media channels and stuff like that. It takes your WhatsApp and your Telegram and it mixes it all up, and it finds you customers. It talks to your customers for you. So that's a product coming out very, very soon. So what you should do is you should be Voyager by the 15th of March. All right. I believe it's the 8th of March now. So you've got a whole week to do that. It should take you 3 days maximum. Lots of people I see on this call have done it in 1 day. But if you're serious and you make a decision, you should be Voyager in 3 days. But put a date in your book to say on the 15th, celebrate the day you went Voyager. And then maybe if you can do Voyager in a week, all you need to do is help 2 other people do that as well. If you help 2 people do it, let's say 2 weeks. Let's say you find one next week and one the week after. In 2 weeks, then you should be Vanguard. That's how it is. It is quite simple, and you've got to believe it's possible, and you got to do the work it takes to make it possible. You got to get Dubai Token 2049 qualified. You need to do that this month because there's 61 places left. Get that in your diet. Qualified for Token 2049. I wanted to hang out with Brian Benson for a few days. I wanted to go and see Dubai. I wanted to do this. I want to do that. You'll get contribution towards your flight. I got $2,000 towards my flight already. I got my hotel covered. I got the ticket covered. Why not take these opportunities? Why not use these events to help you build your business? And then I suppose in a month's time, or maybe in 5 weeks from now, you want to be using the EXI Pro at that stage. You want to be using the ZooSpot as well, and then start thinking about getting a card. Because you should be making money if you do what we say here. You start putting these things in place, then you're going to need the card actually to spend the money. Some people are having reasonable results, or they think they're having reasonable results, but lots of people are joining but not funding. I don't know if you know that. In this example here, this person had 2,369 registered people. Can you see that? 2,369, but only 1,288 made a deposit. So that's the bad news. So lots of people have joined, and if this person was able to convert those people or get them deposited, no, it's not anybody's fault. It's just they don't know how to get USDT, or maybe they didn't follow up, or they liked it the first night they saw it, they registered, and then they got no support. They didn't come to the training. They're not on this training. You know, if those 1,200 people are on this training, wow, maybe 600 today would do something. So you can always improve your odds. You can always improve your statistics. You can always improve your numbers. So just be aware that you need to reach back to the people you talked to months ago, get them started, get them funded, get the thing moving for them. But here's the good news. Every single one of those 1,288 people have made money every single day since they started. Every single one of those 1,288 people have been making money every single day since they started. The losers are the ones that didn't get their account funded. They didn't go through the pain of trying to fund their account. Why? Because it's easy to do, and it's equally easy not to do. And if it is difficult for them, you do it. Go and change $2,000 into USDT and have it to support your team. You become the person to help them. Here, I've got 200, and they can PayPal you across, or they can bank transfer you, and you can get them in the system, even if it's only for 120 to get them started. So you become the facilitator of that if you can. So there we go. I'm not going to play the Brian Benson video tonight. I play it 4, 5, 6 times a day. Why? Because I'm doing Zooms 4, 5, 6 times. So I'm hearing it every day, every day. It's like hearing a song over and over and over again. It embeds into you. 1,000 millionaires, 1,000 millionaires, 1,000 millionaires. And he's already done it. Now, just to finish off tonight on the comp plan, just to give you a quick refresher, when you're new, and most people here on the call tonight are brand new this week, they've just started. This is their first training call, and I hope you've got some value from it, some understanding that it is a business. It's a business that takes work. It's a business that takes discipline, takes skills. You've got to develop into this business, just like any business. No matter what business you want to start, you've got to grow into it. Takes maybe 6 months, a year, for some business people. I'm talking about traditional businesses. If you were never had a taxi firm before, if you never had a restaurant before, if you never had a hardware store or a clothing shop before, it takes time to understand the market, to understand the customers, to understand how to hang clothes, understand where to order them, how to repair them, how to serve a customer, how to do lodgements, how to do the bank, how to recruit staff, how to pay your taxes. It takes time. And don't be thinking this business doesn't take time. It takes time. And the more time you put into it, the more fluent you become, the more easy. And then after a while, you do it without thinking. That's what you want. Effortless living. Effortless living. Effortless income. Making money effortlessly. There's people in this call. Some people on this call are making $30,000 per day. Per day. A year and a half ago, they weren't making anything like that. So this can change your life. When you start as Nova, you get 3% on the deposits of your clientele, your frontline business, into that EXI bot. If you'd like to get 5% instead of 3%, you need a promotion to Voyager, and you need 7,500 of total team trading to infinity. Doesn't have to be your customers, because your customers and theirs and theirs and theirs, doesn't matter where they're coming from, as long as there's 7,500 in total. You get that first promotion to 5% instead of 3%. You've got a pay rise. You get a $100 bonus, and you get 5% every day on the profits of all of the customers, no matter who has them. Yours and theirs and theirs to infinity generations. You're getting 5% as long as there's no other Voyagers on those lines. You're getting 5% on every profit of every customer. Imagine you 9 customers, 18 customers, 27 customers, 200 customers. Every time they make money, you make money. You make money in your own account, but you make 5% of their accounts. That's where you need to go Voyager. You need to do it fast. If you want another promotion, you need to go Vanguard. To go Vanguard, you have to help people up the mountain. Nobody can go to the top of Everest on their own. You need a support team. You need to bring people up the mountain with you. Somebody to pull the rope, somebody to hold you, somebody to give you a hike up, somebody to help you drive in a nail to get that next step. To go to the top of the mountain, you got to bring 2 or 3 people with you. That's how you climb the Aurum mountain, Mount Aurum. So to go Vanguard, you need 2 people, Voyager. Here's the good news. You don't have to introduce these superstar Voyagers yourself. They can come from anywhere in the group. Maybe somebody you told, who told somebody, who told somebody, who told. Maybe that person down in the 4th generation is one of your Voyagers. But as long as there's 2 and 2 separate lines, as long as there's 25,000 in total team trading in that bot, now you get a $500 bonus, 7% on deposits and 7.5% every day on the profits of all of the customers to infinity generations, except when you hit that Voyager, they're going to get 5% of it. You're going to get the difference. You're going to get 2.5%. So let's pretend the Voyager was the 4th person down. So you're going to get 7% on your customer, 7% on the next customer's profits. Sorry, 7.5%, 7.5% on the next customers. And then we have the Voyager guy. You're going to get 7.5% on the Voyager's account. But now the Voyager's getting 5% on the rest, and you're getting the difference. You're getting 2.5%, 2.5%, 2.5%, 2.5%, 2.5%, 2.5% forever to infinity levels of customers. On all their open lines where there's no Voyagers, you're getting 7.5% of it all. So it really pays to take 2 steps up the mountain. Yeah, 1 step to Voyager, next step to Vanguard. And as you start growing, if you go to Oracle, you start getting a share of the entire $90 million profits. There's $90 million trading in the EXI bot as of the 1st of March, 2026. $90 million. 3.175% every day of the profit made is given to Oracles and above every 3 months. It's a shareholder bonus. So make your way up. To go to Vanguard Pro, you just need more volume, a little bit of structure. More volume, a little bit of structure. More volume, a little bit of structure. Just 1 step up the mountain. Yeah. And then when you go to the second page, you get a $20,000 bonus as Elite, a $50,000 bonus as Magnet, 100,000 as Mythos, 150 as Legend. And if you want to be one of Brian Benson's millionaires, you just got to go 12 steps up the mountain. 12 steps up the mountain. Now, I know 2 or 3 people that have already made $1 million from this. I've spoken to them. All of them were $1 million earners before Dominion. They actually did it at Legend. So the commissions they got out of the revenue and the matching bonuses and the shareholder bonuses and the extra bonuses, they'd already made $1 million. However, I'd rather say inside the red line, if you make your way to Dominion, you are a millionaire, because that's a $500,000 bonus, that one bonus you get. Plus 150, plus 100, plus 50, there's 820,000 plus the first page, plus all these bonuses and these and these and these. I've no doubt you're a millionaire at Dominion. If you want to be one of Brian Benson's millionaires and you want to go up the mountain, you got to take that first step to Voyager, and you got to start working and focused on going up the mountain. Some people go halfway up the mountain and quit. Some people go up 2 steps and fall back down. Some people are going to get wet and cold and hungry, and they're not going to continue. Some people are going to see grass that's greener on the other side and go somewhere else. That's just life. But if you know what the view is like at the top of the mountain, because there's $10 million up there, $10 million. If I said to you, there's $10 million at the top of the highest mountain in your country, it's in a little silver box sitting at the top of the mountain, would you go up the mountain and collect that box? Most of you said yes. Whether it's Ben Nevis, if it's Everest or K2, you've got a problem if you live in Nepal or wherever those mountains are. But you know what I'm saying. It's an analogy. But generally, you know, that's what it takes. 15 steps to go to the top. There's 12, 13, 14, 15 steps to the top. All right. So that's our presentation over. That's our training over for tonight. Thank you so much, guys. We've taken what, less than 90 minutes to run through some of that stuff. I was almost finished. I was going to go to the flip chart, but not tonight. I spent a lot of time on the first section there. Success, guys, is not a citizen of any country. Yeah, I come from a very small country with 5 million people. There's people on this call come from Sao Paulo in Brazil. I see Alex is on the call. Alex, there are 22 million people live in your city. I'll say it again, Alex. There are 22 million people live in your city. Sao Paulo, Brazil. There are 5 million people live in my country. So is it a better opportunity for you in one city? Yeah, you need vision, goals, planning, action. This is what I covered. This is what I covered today. Poverty is not an inheritance of a certain group, person, or people. Poverty comes from in here, inside your own mind. You can change your life. You can change your circumstances. And I hope you make the right decisions, take the right actions. It's going to serve you best for you and your family. So with that said, thanks very much. Same time, same link tomorrow. We're doing the open presentations. I have a variety of other trainings I could do as well, but on a Sunday evening, 90 minutes is more than enough. Thank you so much for those of you on late from Brazil. It's not late for you guys. You guys down in India, well, welcome. I can't believe you stayed up so late. I see you here. There's lots of people on the call. Let's see, Alpha D, you're here again. I don't know where you're from, but you're on every call. Chi is here, David's here, David Francis here, David Gardner's here, John Bones here as well. John's here, Jeff's here, Judith's here. They're all here. Louise, no, I wonder if that my wife, Louise. Is that a different Louise? King Alice is in the house. Melissa's in the house. Michael Stearns here. Michael, how are you? I hope things are good over your way. We've got Passive Avenger. Well, I know exactly who that is, but I'm not going to tell you. He's a bit of a cowboy. He's a bit of a cowboy, that guy. Let me tell you, we've got Satya here, Shan's here, Sarah's here, Ron's here, Ramon. I'm too busy to call you. I'm very, very sorry. I've just got meetings after meetings after meetings. I know you called me earlier. I'll get back to you. Let's leave it to tomorrow because it's very late. You're in the Netherlands. Oh, it's only 10:30 over there. That's not too bad. Sir Lancelot, hey, not too late for you, sir. Over in, is it Miami? How are you? Soma's in the house. Siglin's in the house. The names I can't praise. You're here. I don't know who. Oh, there's lots more. Just Debbie's here. Deborah's here. Theophilus. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Jan Michael's in the house. We're all in the house tonight, but I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm just trying to get over my jet lag from my trip, and let's get stuck into some more business starting tomorrow. I hope the week ahead is successful for each and every one of you. Thank you. Roll up your sleeves. Let's go to work. Good night. Bye-bye.